And how come narcissistic families always gang up on the scapegoat as they are healing and going no contact? Most scapegoats and black sheep want to know, why won't they just leave me alone after I have decided to go no contact? Why won't the dysfunctional narcissistic family just leave me alone? And there are several reasons as to why they continue to reach out, continue to contact you without allowing you to leave in peace. They have a fear that the truth will be exposed, which will tarnish their personified image to outsiders that they're the perfect family. That's why. You know our truth and we don't like it. One of the things that a narcissistic dysfunctional family will do, they will outcast the black sheep to control your silence, because you know our secrets and you're going to expose us. So that's why when you leave, they can't leave you alone, because they fear that the very toxic truth is going to be exposed by you. You're carrying truth that we don't want anybody to know about. So that's why they keep harassing you. That's why they keep gang stalking you. That's one of the reasons why they do it. The exposure is their greatest fear. When the black sheep and narcissistic family member leaves that toxic dysfunctional family, they have a fear that they're going to be exposed because the scapegoat and the black sheep know the truth. And you're the one that got away. And we can't have that, because the dysfunctional narcissistic family is built on a foundation of delusion, manipulation, and control. And most narcissistic families have that perception. We're great, we have no problems, but behind closed doors is toxic chaos, dysfunctionalism at its best. You have to understand, a narcissistic family is built on delusion, control, and manipulation. Delusion, control, and manipulation. The delusion aspect is, we don't have a problem. Our family is great. We don't see any toxic issues, according to what the black sheep is talking about. Think about it in your own family. If you're the scapegoat or the black sheep, your family dynamic will go back and forth with you, making you feel as if you're the problem when you're pointing out the toxicity, because the foundation is built on delusion. Narcissistic dysfunctional families never admit their level of toxicity. They never admit their toxic behavior. That's why it can go on for generations. And that's why they normally isolate the scapegoats, they isolate the black sheeps, and they make them the target, because you're the one that's recognizing the toxicity. One of the things that a narcissistic dysfunctional family will do, they will outcast the black sheep and the scapegoat even after they have decided to disconnect from the family. They pursue you to either control your silence or spin the narrative against you. Before you can start telling your truth, they're already starting with the smear campaigns on your name, because they want the upper leverage to make everyone around them make you feel as if you're the problem. So we project all of our toxicity, all of our dysfunction onto you. That's why we call them the scapegoat. The scapegoat takes all the blame in the dysfunctional narcissistic family. Scapegoat. You are the one. We don't talk about our issues. We don't talk about healing. We don't talk about peace, because we like it here. Subconsciously, we like it here. We know that there's a level of toxicity, but we refuse to acknowledge it. So we have to get someone that takes the blunder and blame. And that's why we have the scapegoat. You get blamed for everything. If you're the scapegoat in a family dynamic that is toxic, narcissistic, and dysfunctional, you are the punching bag for that family, the scapegoat, because we don't never admit our problems. We don't never correct our problems. But what we do is project our problems onto you. And that's why they have an issue with you. Especially when you're walking your truth and you notice the toxicity and you start to identify and point it out. Narcissistic dysfunctional families often live by the Joneses stereotype. We're perfect on the outside, but behind closed doors, we're toxic, but we'll never admit it. And they get upset with the black sheep and the scapegoat, because why? You are aware of the very things that they've been hiding, and they're petrified. They're scared that you're going to expose and tarnish their outward image and let everyone know how toxic they really are. So when the black sheep and the scapegoat leave, The goal of the family is to web them back in. The number one fear that the narcissistic dysfunctional family have is that their exposure will become their reality. Their toxicity will become known to everyone. When the scapegoat and black sheep leave that family, you're leaving with our toxic secrets, whether we admit them or not. That's why the conflict is always between the scapegoat and the black sheep in the family.